So you romance the bag. At this point, this is when I tell them how they can make purchases. I don't like to get to the end and make it like, now I'm going to sell to you. Now I'm going to close you. I tell them right here, I am never going to hold a gun to your head to get you to buy something at one of my fashion events. However, I cannot promise you that you're not going to fall in love with something here tonight. So I want to tell you right up front that I take all 4 major forms of credit card, personal, check, or cash. And I do have available this evening only the HUP, which is the Husband Unawareness Program. Sorry, boys in the room. We do that. So anyways, so I tell them, if you need to pay a little bit on check, a little bit of cash, a little bit on this card, a little bit on that card, he never needs to know that it all came to that total. Right? Right? Okay. So I tell them about that. I tell them, that's when I would tell them the $40 free shipping. So it's everything that has to do with them being a customer. That's when I share that. Then I talk about the next thing I want is I want more people who can help me spread the word. I don't say, I'm looking for hostesses. I say, this is a brand new company. Wouldn't you agree that we need help? Like, this concept is so fun. You're going to see that in a minute. So I need people who will help me spread the word. How many of you like free stuff? Right? See, everybody's raised their hand. You know my trick, and you're still raising your hand. So I look for people who want free stuff. So there may be some things that are out of your budget today. And those things that you can't take home with today, because I know you're going to fall in love, I want to help you get that stuff for free. So I'm going to help every single one of you at the end, whether you make a purchase or not. I'm going to find out what you love, because I need that feedback, right? Because do we need that feedback? We're all the founders. This is the beginning. So I'm going to meet with every single one of you at the end, because whether you purchase something or not, I want to find out what you loved, because I want to give that feedback to our company, because we're brand new. And if you do fall in love with something, we'll talk about that. If you want to get stuff for free, we'll talk about that. Yes?
I love that, because you tell them up front, and so that there's no surprises and they're not feeling like
Yep, and sticker shock, or, Yep.
And they're expecting it.
Yeah, takes the pressure off, exactly. But I don't like take them in a back room or anything creepy like that,
I do. You can talk to me about that.
But I just say it all up front. I don't at that point hand out the fashionista plan, because you want people to buy stuff. So you don't want to say, oh, don't buy anything, just be a hostess and get it all for free, because then you're going to have no sales at any of your parties. So I cover the fashionista plan when I'm talking to them individually. Does that make sense? You don't want to go into so much about what they're getting for free that they're like, oh, I don't have to buy anything, I'm just going to get it for free. So anyway, then I say, the other thing is that I'm looking for people who would like to make a little extra money. How many of you would love to not have to pay for your holiday gifts this season with your credit card? So I don't know if this would be for anybody in the room or not tonight, but I want you to watch what I do. And if you think this looks fun and you would like to, do something extra for the holidays, and if you're teachable and you can, I can help you and you want to do something fun like this, then I'll tell you a little bit more about our business opportunity. Because this is a brand new company, it's ground level, and blah, 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 blah. And I kind of go into all of that. But this is quick. This whole little section maybe takes 10 minutes, 15 minutes at the most, but about 10 minutes. And then I also say one of the best compliments you can ever give me, if I do a good job, I hope that you'll give me some referrals. You probably know other women who wear jewelry. They kind of laugh at that part usually, so courtesy laughs. Thanks. And so if you do know anybody, I accept courtesy laughs. If you do know anybody who might love this jewelry, might want some extra income, or might want to earn some jewelry for free, I will never be a stalker with any of your family or friends. Right? So, and because that's what they think that you're going to do, and so I just say it up front. Kind of say it. I like to tell people what they think what I know they're already thinking. And then they're like, oh, she's real, she gets it. And then again, they want to do business with me because they're like, oh, she's real, she gets it, right? And then Annalisa's story, you guys, I hope you all go to her class. After this one, go to her class, because I've been asking for feedback. feedback at all my fashion events, and they all say what got me was Mialisia's story. Women, I have a marketing degree, and it is actually statistically proven that people want to be a customer of a company that is associated with real people that has a story. Companies with a story and real people are the companies who last 25, 30, 50, 60, 75 years. Those are the companies that last. We have that. It's rare to be a part of a company that has more of a story than we just want to sell this awesome product. We have a founder that has a story, a real person that's here with us, which is so exciting. And so I tell her story of how she wanted to wear jewelry. You guys heard her whole story. I tell the story and sell the concept, show the concept. One of the things I think that's really fun to do to sell the concept is to have 3 to 5 of the same pieces, like 2 pieces that work really well. Not like Cleopatra. Everybody loves Cleopatra, but it's not super versatile. Although, talk to Janice Martin, wave your hand, Janice, because I don't know if you guys saw her last night, but she did a way cool versatile look with the Cleopatra last night, with Cleopatra and Sorrento. It was so cool. So, but I would do something like, I love the Silver Dreams, love it. The Lush and the Stacy, yes, I want to call this the Cha-Cha. That's what it should be named. But I like the Lush and the Stacy are great, and what I would do is pull up like 5 women out of the group and put 3 to 5 different ways on each of those ladies. So you could wear it this way, you could wear it that way. The other thing that the feedback I've gotten is, in the catalog, the 12 different ways, to blow that up into a poster so that then when they're going to try on the jewelry, they can go, oh, that was right, you could wear it that way, or oh, that was cool, you could wear it that way. It's also really great to take other designers with you, always, or potential designers with you, so that there can be lots of people there helping them, like having a personal shopper. Plus it gives a lot of credibility, and that's a whole other training class. But anyway, so you're going to sell the concept. Okay, it's magic. And then you break into design time. I do like to tell them that we're going to come back. That's where they're going to hear about the specials. I'm going to talk about how they can get the bag for free. Because once you let women go, you all know it's like herding cats to try and get them to come back. So I tell them that's when we're going to do some more drawings. I'm going to tell them how they can get things for free, I'm going to tell them what the specials are for the night. So I do design time for about 15 to 20 minutes. I almost want them to not be done. Like when you go somewhere with your kids, you want to leave at the peak season of their happiness. Because if you go past that peak season, like at Chuck E. Cheese, then they're bawling and you're like, why did I bring them to Chuck E. Cheese? I'm going to kill them. But if you leave when they're happy, then everybody had a good time and you want to come back. So I want to leave them wanting a little bit more. Things you'll need during design time, you need mirrors. I know I went to my first fashion event and I'm like, they're like, I don't know what it looks like. I'm like, it's awesome. I know you can't see it because I didn't bring mirrors because I totally didn't even think about that. But you need some mirrors. Mirrors are really, really good. Displays, we have, of course, our necklace forms. Not necklaces. No, we're not supposed to call them necklaces or bracelets. They're versatile pieces. So we need to change our vocabulary with the jewelry. It's so funny because my daughters were playing with them, and not one time, I was kind of watching, I posted a little YouTube video on it a few months ago, that not one time did they call it a necklace or a bracelet. They're like, ooh, I love that piece. Oh, that piece is so great. And they're 11 and 8. And so they already picked it up. I didn't tell them that, but they're just like, oh, that piece is so cool. Look what you can do with this piece. Look what you can do with that piece. And I'm like, oh my gosh, kids are so fast. Some of you have heard that, well, I'm going to share that tonight, so I won't tell you. Anyway, so things you'll need. They're all, do you guys all have Ross and TJ Maxx and stores like that all by where you live? They have super cool jewelry forms there.
And they're dirt.
And they're super cheap. The necklace forms and the bar thing, what are those, T-bars. They're really great. So have some other things like that. Make it look pretty, but don't go crazy on your displays. I had a consultant once in my other business who I went to her first party and she had set it up like, oh my gosh, like invite the president. It was incredible. But I thought to myself, you can't duplicate that every single time, and nobody's going to want to duplicate that. So keep it simple, keep it easy, and the other thing is don't put so much of stuff on display because then women don't feel like they want to take it off and play with it. So I just usually lay a lot of things out on the table because then they'll actually pick it up and play with it. You also might need to jump in and start helping them. Like, ooh, this would be cute with you, or oh my gosh, have you thought about this? People want to be, they don't want to be pushed to buy something, but they want to be sold. Like when I go into Best Buy, I want somebody to help me with a laptop. Because I'm like, hello. Or when I go to a restaurant, I don't want them just give me a menu. It drives Lance crazy. I'm like, tell me what's good. If you could crave one thing on this menu, what would it be? And so I want to tell people, oh my gosh, if you're going to start with any of the Mialisia pieces, this is like a staple. This is like your little black dress in your closet. Everyone has to have these, and then I show them like 4 or 5 pieces. One of the things I've seen is that, you guys have heard that a confused mind buys nothing. We have so many great pieces. So many great pieces that I was hearing like, oh my gosh, I can't make up my mind what I want to start with, so can I get back to you? And I'm like, oh, that's like the kiss of death in sales. Like, I'll get back to you. I'm like, yeah, right. I'm born yesterday. But I want to show them these. I want, again, to sell them on to romance why these pieces are like the must-haves. And we're all going to have different opinions on what that